Treating seed this spring? AGI Storm FX brings you the ultimate innovation in seed treating for your modern-day farming operation, offering you speed, accuracy, and flexibility. With a simplified design, gentle handling, and precise performance, you can choose to pre-treat or treat your seed just in time. This season, choose the AGI Storm FX seed treater to keep you on schedule and ahead of the curve. Visit aggrowth.com for more information or to find your nearest dealer.
Hey everyone, there is a new episode of my Patreon exclusive podcast, Maybe You Can Relate, available now to the patrons of the Rural Woman podcast. You can get access to this full episode, plus extended episodes and patron-only episodes of the Rural Woman podcast when you join the patron community over on Patreon at tier 10 or higher. Here's your sneak peek of the new Maybe You Can Relate episode. Hey folks, I'm Caitlin Dubin. You may know me from such podcasts as the Rural Woman podcast, which you happen to be a proud member of the Patreon community, which is why you are hearing me through your earbuds right now. I'm coming to you from behind the mic in the Rural Woman podcast studio for this exclusive patron-only podcast to share with you a bit more about me, my personal life, our farm, my family, the wins, the struggles, really just a little bit of everything. I wanted to create a space to share my story with a more intimate audience to build a stronger connection. My goal here is to share about the things I've learned, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And maybe, just maybe, you can relate. I guess I can use the most recent fear-invoking experience that I've had with you to share more with you about this topic. So I had shared on social media about the night that I got the call from Justin to learn how to run the combine. And it was about 9:30 p.m. and I was dozing off on the couch. And he had called to ask if I wanted to learn how to run the combine. This is when we had just first started combining, harvesting our 2022 crop. And it was fall rye that we were doing. It was ready to go. So I said yes before I could even think twice about it, which is very strange for me. Usually I'm a hum and har and avoider. But here's why I said yes. But I was so afraid that what I was doing, I would screw it up. So I guess you can say that my fear has been based a lot on perfectionism. And I'd guess that I probably wouldn't be alone in that fear. So fast forward to farming fears. There are many. Many are real fears, things that could actually happen and hurt you or whatever. But many of you know that I started out on the lawnmower the first summer, and I swore I was going to be one of the statistics under the category of lawnmower accidents. When we were newly married, Justin and I were at a family dinner at my mother-in-law's house. And in front of everyone. She told me that I was really dumb for learning how to operate equipment, because if I learned how to, then I would have to. And she said this in front of everyone. And let me tell you, it has been a big topic in my therapist's office since then. It would eat me inside every time she would walk into my house and see the mess that would be there and the dishes piled up from the harvest meal that I cooked and ran back outside to get into the field instead of cleaning up after myself. I think it's safe to say that we are privileged enough to be able to try things, and if they don't work out, we probably don't have to do them anymore. And it doesn't mean that we failed. It means that we tried and we didn't fit. And that's okay. You can help support the stories of women in agriculture to be shared through the Rural Woman podcast on Patreon. What is Patreon? It's a membership-based platform that helps fund and support creators like me to create and produce content like this that you all love. New to the Rural Woman podcast Patreon is ad-free listening and patron-only bonus content and exclusive episodes. Learn more and join the patron gang today at patreon.com/The Rural Woman Podcast. Thanks for listening to the Rural Woman Podcast. A special thanks to our Patreon executive producer, Sarah Riedner of Happiness by the Acre, and to my editor, Max Hofer. For show notes, head on over to wildrosefarmer.com. You can connect with me on social media using the handle @wildrosefarmer on all platforms. If you love the show, make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen to podcasts, plus share it with a friend. We'll see you next time. Caitlin Dubin, the host of the Rural Woman podcast, and Bev Ross, host of the Joy Farmer podcast, have teamed up to create Positively Farming Media.
Positively Farming Media is a podcast hub that connects and cultivates growth-oriented farm and food storytellers.
We host a mastermind mentoring group that fosters connection and collaboration between podcasters, so you no longer have to produce your show within a silo.
Each month in our member-only online community, new learning modules are released that are designed to increase your show's quality, listenership, and advertising opportunities.
When you join today, you'll have access to the current month's modules and our previously released modules, so you can start growing your show right away.
Learn more and start building connections to fellow podcasters in the food and agriculture space at positivelyfarmingmedia.com.